We're going to have a look at eFile error 1003. We can see that in the T1 and T2 module, and we'll see how to resolve them. 1003 is a general message. It doesn't refer to any specific issue with the return. It just means there's something wrong with the return and to check for further messages. So how do I resolve this? Check the auditor and look at the messages there. There's warnings, and they usually have to be resolved. Something like if you're missing the SIN number, you can't file a return, of course. So you'll get a warning for that, and you can't just sign off no SIN. You have to make the entry. On the other hand, there may be some warnings that you determine don't have to be resolved, and you can just sign those off. Another thing is that notices, memos, and other audit messages usually don't prevent filing the return electronically or printing a barcode. Once the return is eligible, you can e-file when you're ready. I'm just going to demonstrate that I can go ahead and file a return after I resolve issues. But you, of course, will have to review the return, print out the T183, get it signed. So that's what I mean by when you're ready. Let's go have a look at profile. Let's look at a T1 return here. If I look at the bottom, the e-file status is not eligible. So there's something going on here. We'll look in the auditor, and I can see that there's the 1003 message. Now, if I click on it, double clicking, triple clicking, it doesn't do anything. So first thing I want to do is make this bigger to see what's going on here. You can see this little cursor if I move up here, and I can hold down with the left mouse and pull this up. I can adjust the size of this, so this will help me while I'm auditing. But if I go back down, I can adjust it any way I want when I want. Okay, so let's just put it to some level here. And I've got these e-file errors. And notice this return hasn't even been sent. So this is not an e-file error from CRA. It's just something Profile knows. If you send a return without a street address on a business statement, it'll be rejected. So it's giving you a heads up and not letting you file just so you get an error. Is I can go to warnings, and over at the right here, there's arrows. So even better than that, if I scroll all the way over, there's summary. So let's go here, double click on it, telling me there's no tax. Well, there was no tax. So I can right click and I'll do a prepare sign off. It's about the schedule 14. And I'm going to say no here. And then I need some business statement information, I think. So just give me a sec. I'm going to pause. I've resolved these issues regarding the 2125. It's still not eligible. So this is a little thing that sometimes happens. The settings for the auditor are in Options, Environment, and the Auditor tab. So I can make different adjustments here. And I've got Prevent Filing if there's warnings. Well, that's okay, but I should be able to sign them off. If I look down here, it says Remove Audit Message and on Prepare Sign Off. And then if I press OK, the message goes away and it's now eligible. So that's how I resolve this. If I go back to the eFile tab, the errors are gone, including the 1003. It's gone. Return's eligible, and I can go up, file the return. So built a return. This is not a real return, so I'll just cancel it. This means if I click OK, it'll send off a return to CRA. I'm in a T2 now, and it is eFile eligible. If I transmit return, it can't build it. I get an X instead of a check mark. It says this return has prevent filing messages. But if I look in the different tabs, it's telling me the balance sheet doesn't balance. If I go to the eFile tab, it's telling me that it has prevent filing errors. So why aren't they in the summary? So this again is eFile options, the audit tab, and it says here, what do you want in the summary tab? So I want warnings, but I also want RSI errors and eFile errors. So if I click that now, in the summary tab, it is giving me the errors. This 1003 is indicating that the balance sheet doesn't balance. So I'm just going to make it balance. And it's eligible. There's no warnings. No RSI. RSI is return and schedule information, something that's in the T2 module. Nothing under eFile, so this return should go. And I get a green check mark now. So it's just, the auditor works the same. Little something to show you there. You might not get everything in the summary tab, and you can adjust that. You can look in the different tabs. I hope you found this video helpful. For more profile support options, you can go to our website. It's profile.intuit.ca.